Hi guys, Alex here. Welcome back to Girl Talk. I've got a little bit of mess and a little bit of drama today for you guys. Today, we're going to go ahead and start off by doing a foodie follow-up. Things are not looking so great for Ms. Girl. We'll talk about some of her latest mukbangs as well as a live stream. Her and Salah are not doing too well, but Foodie manages to make things bad. And I get the feeling it's only going to get worse. All that and more coming up on today's edition of Girl Talk. Let's just get right into it. Shall we? All right, you guys, so welcome back to our foodie follow-up. Recently, Foodie's world has been turned upside down because she inserted herself. Who's done that before, Dee Dee? You know a little bit about inserting yourself into the Cyrax community, defending a man who is clearly indefensible, that man being Cyrax himself. I just want to make this very clear. Chantal did this to herself. This is a product of her poor research, inability to look at the bigger picture, and her motor mouth. Sometimes it's best to simply say nothing at all, especially if you're not knowledgeable on the subject. Chantal has a history of forming an opinion without even looking at all the facts. She's the type to cite one article and call it a day, but that's not ethical. Whoever said she was. To be honest, she's not unlike Cyrax herself. He's often referred to as the architect of his own demise, while Chantal is often referred to as her own worst enemy. She poked a hornet's nest, and now she wants to blame us for her actions. On Sunday night, we took a look at her latest rage stream, which went down on Saturday, where she blames the community for not defending her. I mean, why would we? After all the things that she has done, putting reactors' children on her community tab, talking extremely poorly. She has a habit of talking about people's children and their mothering. So excuse us, and I hate to say this because it feels like it's overused now, for losing our sympathy bones. Lately, Chantal has been pretty quiet regarding the situation. It just reminds me of that meme with the house on fire while that little dude is just sitting there. Let's start off by discussing her latest mukbang, which is actually called the best fried fish dinner in Kuwait. Don't forget to leave me a thumbs up on this video. I dive into these mukbangs for you guys, and I would really appreciate it. It helps out the channel a lot. Anyways, she begins. She's very hyper. On Twitter, I speculated that Salah just brings her food so that he can play his games in peace. And I'm wondering, Salah, is it worth it? She's so happy to have her food and a full sugar Pepsi. Talk about being the architect of your own demise, right? Recently, she claimed she isn't going to Canada, but she is going on some sort of trip soon. Based on what we had seen a couple weeks ago with her fumbling on the beach, many people don't believe that she's going anywhere anytime soon. But there's also speculation about her visa running out. I do think that she might be taking care of that behind the scenes and doesn't want to talk about it. Or if she isn't taking care of it, she also doesn't want to talk about it. Reception has been mixed. Some people don't believe her. Some people think that she may just go to Canada. This is to throw people off of her track. But others also believe that her family is done because of all of this trolling that is impacting her family because of the things that Chantal said that set this ball a-rolling. Maybe they've had enough of her. Although I think that they're happy that she's in another country 5,000 miles away or more. So it's really up in the air. She might go to Canada. She might not. We can't believe anything that comes out of her mouth. But I don't see her going on a trip anywhere else anytime soon. Because how? Back to the mukbang. I feel like we got a little bit sidetracked there. The mukbang fatigue is real, and it's straining on her audience, and the people that look from afar. She has nothing to say anymore. At least do some sort of pop culture thing, right? Because she's supposedly being private, although I've speculated that there isn't much going on there in her life. So really, she's not being all that private. There's just nothing going on. Maybe she could do a follow-up on the lady on the plane or something like her recent Snow White video. At least come up with some sort of topic, right? Because they're beginning to get very boring. Instead, she decides to focus on stray cats in Kuwait, and cats are still a very touchy subject when it comes to her channel. She's training her own cat, Julia, to be right up in her face during a meal. It doesn't look good. This is what I like to call bleak. She laments the fact that Salah doesn't join her on her mukbangs, but people have been speculating that he will gain weight. I've already noticed him packing on the pounds since Chantal moved in, because when he's picking up this food for her, of course he's going to get, or at least be tempted to get something for himself, right? Everyone that comes into contact with Chantal in real life immediately ages like 5 years and 6 months. It's a strange effect. Chantal says that she tries not to waste food because it's a major sin. Is that why she's not wasting it? Her cat Julia is eating a fish head off of the floor. It's foul. This is the usual nonsense. Nothing to see here. I'm surprised she didn't do some wild mukbang to distract from all of the mess that she got herself in. Cue her doing something outrageous. Her latest rage stream that she did on Saturday has since been deleted, but if you want to take a look at that, you can check out my latest live stream. Next, we'll talk about her live that was called "We're Going to Bees Around the Clock." She's desperate for money, it's clear as day, so she's bringing back more live streams. Remember a couple of years ago, she would live stream like 3 hours, 3 times a day for multiple hours. She put out so much content showing every single aspect of her life. But even now, as she claims to be private, she puts more out there than the average person on YouTube, the average vlog channel, right? And it's okay to keep some things private from the internet, although Chantal kind of thrives off of that. The speculation, what's going on, what's going to happen next. That's the only thing that keeps her channel relevant. Without the rumor and speculation, breadcrumbs, clues, she would have nothing. And her channel would take a nosedive. And I believe that 100%. But what she is doing, I would say, isn't necessarily unique. Look at Amberlynn. She's still craving gummies. I think if she does go back to Canada, she's going to get gummies like as soon as she lands. And on Saturday night's live stream Rage Fest, she admitted that she didn't have any money because she was upset that people were continuing to say that Salah was only with her for the money. So she clapped back by saying she doesn't have any. But I would argue that Salah's life has gotten substantially better. Well, arguably, hear me out. He has to share this stuff with Chantal, but the apartment's better. He has a Hyundai, a nicer car, right? So he has really upgraded his life, although you could argue because he is sharing it with Chantal, it's not an upgrade. I would rather live in that little studio than in this beachside condo with Foodie. You get my point, though. She admits that she struggles to walk even because there's sand everywhere. Well, it is the Middle East, and she's eating a lot of cheese. She has no friends, but claims to be chatting with family and friends on WhatsApp all day. Someone in the side chat brought up her sister-in-law, and she said that she gets along with everyone. But I can't help but wonder if Salah's family, specifically his father, is humiliated by this arrangement, especially with her past in regards to OF. That's even frowned upon in the United States. But in Kuwait, that's unthinkable. It's not even legal. What do you guys think? Is Salah's father humiliated? Coming up, we've got some breaking news. Yesterday, she said that Salah was sick, but now she's sick. They just have a cold, allegedly. ERB's distraction technique incoming? Say it isn't so. She is being a housewife for Salah, cooking him soup and talking to her Beezers instead of taking care of him. I've heard through the grapevine that the community that she upset is starting to look into her supporters. The Beezers are being monitored. Over the years, we have seen many out there Beezers. You would have to be an interesting person to support someone like Chantal, right? Including her most infamous mod, Karate Joe, who actually passed away not that long ago, but it came out that he was a PD. So this wouldn't be the first time that she supported someone with these kinds of allegations slash charges. Chantal claps back at this by saying it doesn't affect her, right? It affects her Beezers and her family. And the way that she was talking about it implies that she only cares about herself, views, and money. When it comes to her Beezers, she was most upset about the idea of them canceling their membership than someone going after them. She alludes to being in contact with the Cornwall Police Department, which is her hometown, and that is where her mother resides. I feel like Chantal's only making things worse as she continues to place blame on this community. That is a completely different community with different expectations and different rules. She claims that she can't talk about it because it's, quote, being dealt with, and that it's always wise to be private and take care of these things behind the scenes, but it doesn't seem as though she's taking her advice. When it comes to this supposed trip that's happening, she's going to live stream from just a bedroom with a white background or something. She's not even going to say what country she's in until she returns to Kuwait. I honestly don't see her going anywhere, but it will be interesting to see if that does happen. I mean, she did go to Cuba, she did go to Kuwait. After the beach footage, it's hard to believe. As she continues to run her mouth, I get the feeling that this is just the beginning and it's only going to get worse. All right, that's going to be it for today's video. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And I will, of course, catch you guys in the next one. All right, bye, guys. That was too much.